Hello, my name is Senkin. Today is third week. So it's my third video. So today I'm going to show you how do I create a storytelling system. So basically is I'm using the same tools comic.com. Is integrate four application right now. The first one is Slack. I capture the voice in Slack channel, a private channel. So once I capture the voice, I will use ChatGPT to convert the message and process the message output to a Google Docs. So from at Google Docs there will be a complete story. After that, one day, let's say one day I have three story. So over one week I will have 21 story. So all these story, each story have a Google Doc. It will output to a Google Sheets. So Google Sheets serve as a master list. So why story is important? Because most people they just simply do a content. The only thing is why story is important because story that can engage people in emotionally will sell. It always sells. Although this video is not a good story, it's more on the educational purpose, but doesn't matter. Um, yes, I'm not a good storyteller, but I can just craft a very short story like 1 minute, and then I can let AI magnify the emotional hook or whatever. I can let AI do the work. Yes, my job is to complete everything in one system. So what this system will do, whenever you have some ideas or inspiration on the flies, you capture the voice note. But you just mention your idea or just speed it to a Slack channel using a phone. Then the ChatGPT will capture it, and then he will use a story structure you train and you write, and then he will help you write the story, and then it will output the story to a Google Doc. Each story will be saved in a master Google Sheet. This is very useful, I feel. The reason being, you once you have the link, you can do another system to read this Google Sheet and then put it in your CRM or your social media outreach, or maybe your second brain or your diary, um or you just want to, I think if you want to confess to a girl also possible. Yes, so this is a flow. This is all the technology involved. Slack, ChatGPT Whisper. I'm using the ChatGPT Whisper to transcribe the audio. One thing I want to highlight is, let's say for me, I'm not a native English speaker. I think I'm fluent, and I think I'm in the fluent that territory. So sometimes if I want to speak in Chinese, I want to deliver the story in Chinese, it is also possible, or even in Cantonese is possible. The output of ChatGPT Whisper can always translate to an English. After that, he will feed to a ChatGPT model. Current latest one is 4.0. By the time I shoot this video, there could be 10.0 or 7.0, whatever. By the time you watch this video, okay, provided I'm constantly doing YouTube video and YouTube will constantly rank me to higher and higher. So you need to customize the prompt. Someone do ask me, why don't you custom GPT? The right now is custom GPT. My answer to that is I'm not really sure, because I'm usually like to do things programmatically, because I'm those kind of person who want to build it and then I forget it. I only visit it once at a month or once a week, depend on whether something need to improve or enhance. I don't want to keep keep go to different application and do the stuff. Although most of the time I need to, but for those stable system like this, I try not to. For example, create a storytelling. I don't need to copy and paste to different places. Okay, so I can configure a temperature. Temperature is something the maximum is 1. So when you do a ChatGPT model, you can set a temperature from 0 to 1. The higher the number, the higher the value, the more creative ChatGPT will be. If you set it to 1 and then default is 1, it will be at the maximum creativity. But sometimes you set it to lower value, for example 0.5, he will always look more dumb and give you a more predictable response. Sometimes it's good. For example, I just let's say I want a ChatGPT to create a one-liner icebreaker to someone I just met. He either do hi or hello or how are you today. I don't need him to be very very creative. Um, like come out some fancy icebreaker. Using different combination of language. I don't need that. I just need hi, yes, hi. I'm sorry, hi, hello, how are you? I just need this because it's one line. So you can train the model. This is not many people know. Basically, in custom GPT, you can set a list of instruction. There's a list of description you can set. But if you're using the API way, you can create three ways of three section. First is system. You give him the scope. Okay. Second way is you craft a user message. The user message is like what is the input. Then you can craft the assistant message, like what you can craft an assistant message. What is the sample response you would like him to act? This is some of the thing. So Google Doc and Google Sheets self-explanatory. Each story in the Google Doc. Each Google Doc have a link record in the Google Sheet. Of course, the Google Sheet will have some date, so you know this story. When does it happen? Something like that. Yep. So let's move on to the system. I'm go this for this time. I actually haven't built the system. I built a partial system. I'm going to build it on from scratch, so you can see how I build it. Yes. So let's start. So for this time, So for this time round, I choose to build the system from scratch is because I think the thought process is sometimes important because it might give you some idea on how to actually build the system and find out what's wrong. Because most of the time, people just give you the complete system and then you just do it. But then when you plug and play, it's not really playing. So sometimes that's why Steve Jobs said, right? I think Steve Jobs said everyone need to think like a programmer. We don't need to know how to code, but we need to know how to think. But sadly, nowadays is there's no book teaching how to think, so we can only learn by experience. So I'm here to demonstrate experience. So first thing is usually I will just go a title because the reason I do this because I have too many scenario to maintain. I need to know. So first thing is I need to search Slack. Okay, so I need to get voice input. Okay, I think sorry, voice input. I think I watch a private channel message. I don't want the channel to be so I can search but from a list. You see, I can create a creativity system. So I think I create a new system. I'm in add a channel. I create a new channel called storytelling system. Okay. I create a storytelling system is a private, only I can access. Okay. So I don't need this. So I have a storytelling system. Just need to refresh. So there will be a storytelling system. Each time this limit I will set to 1. Okay. So there will be 1. After I get the message, so I need to test it out. So let's say I will go and test it out. For example, I do this. This is a test message. Okay, so I just need to send. Sorry, not this one. So I need to test this module. So I will choose where to start and then I choose manually. See whether I did something. Okay, so this is the voice object. Okay, so I need to download it. So I will go to Slack and then maybe I download audio. So I need to download a file. So the URL private download. Okay, you can see I need a URL private download and I'm not sure which one. So usually I will just unlink it and then I will need to select it so where to start because I need to see a sample response. So I just run it. So you can see there will be a file. Okay, there will be a private download. This is a private channel, so only Slack can download this. So I connect to this one, and then I can find the URL. So sometimes you don't want to click, you can just search like the URL. So it will come out the thing quite fast. Okay, this is one hack. So after you get this one, then you need to ask the ChatGPT to do the transcript. ChatGPT to do the transcript. So usually what I do is you select this one, then you get a bunch of bunch of function that ChatGPT support. So I'm going to use here create a transcription. So there's only one module. So you can see one of the thing that make.com is good. He will automatically map the file from here to here. So I don't need to do anything. So in here, I will just do a prompt. I will just say extract the audio. Okay. I just do a simple one. So after that, until here so far, I should extract the audio. So I need to cap message and assistant. So I do already have the OpenAI connection. So the assistant already done. So I need to create something. So no assistant actually, sorry. Assistant is another thing like a custom GPT. Sometimes I not remember stuff. So this is a chat completion, sorry. So that's why you need to create chat completion. So the first thing I choose the latest model. So this is the key here. So system user assistant. Let's say I create a system. So I need to extract now I already have the audio in transcript format. So I need to craft a scope for the system to know. So this is what I can think of. So let's say you are helpful. So you need when you sometimes building a system, right? So this one is too small. You can just make this just a bit bigger. You are helpful, intelligent, storytelling coach. You will have to craft a story, okay, with the following structure. Okay, so you need to so first is you need to know first is where create an introduction or comprises of where, what, how, who. Okay, so this will create an introduction. Then the second thing is you will need to let me check. Okay, so you can give some guideline. Okay, so you say like your objective is to create story that engage user emotionally. Okay, so this lay out the context. So this set the high objective. So after that, the structure is what. So this is what I learned from a community. What is the when you deliver a story, you should always emphasize on what is the feeling. Okay, what is the feeling, and then how the challenge is being overcome. What is the biggest? What is the lesson learned? Okay, this is usually a story. Okay, it should only have 4 paragraphs. I don't limit it. I let it be whatever he want. So okay, so I think this is okay. So let me check. Then I need the assistant user. So your the extracted audio transcript is. So this one usually this is not sure. I'm not sure whether this is text. So but never mind. We can do it later. The max token. Okay. So the max token usually is 0. So but then some if you avoid you are doing a lot of calls, for example 1,000 calls. So some people will keep the token very low. 1 million token is like I think 1 million token is like $15. So as of now, but then this usually doesn't matter. So I'm thinking in this way. If I can use a lot of tokens, means I have a lot of clients and business. Usually people cannot utilize all the token. So usually I just put 0, which is the maximum token. So that's it first. I want to know what is the okay. Sometimes you see this one is you don't like it, so you can actually rename this. Okay, use an extract transcript. So this one you can get a bit of context called craft story. Okay, so I don't know, so I need to unlink this one first. I need to run again. I choose where to start and choose manually. So I just need to run again. So you can see this is a test message. This is a test message. Okay, so this is what I specify in the audio. So I just come back, pump in here. So it's really called text. Okay. So I press OK. So this one should craft a story. Okay. So after that, we need to output it to a Google Doc. So I go to Google Doc. I will create a document. So what is the document name? Unlike the Microsoft Word, you actually just need to put a name here. But then if you sometimes you might not know what is the title. Okay. So most of the time, in previous example, when I built for community, I just put story, hard code. Because Google Doc can using the same you can have a lot of document in the same name in the same Google Drive. But let's say if you want to think of a title, we can let ChatGPT come up with a title. So one thing is, we do it here. Okay, you should respond in JSON. Okay, you should respond in JSON, which for example, so title. So title put here. And then story, full story content put here. Okay. So we will see something like this. Okay. So we need to test this module out. So let me think of a story. So if I were to think of a story, let's say I run this module only. Okay, I try to come up with a story first. Let's say I got fired 2 3 years ago, and I'm very sad, and I quickly go and um play some sport. Let's for example play some sports, and I learned that job is just part of life, is not life. For example, we try to see. So you can see that if you only run this module and then we zoom in, so we can see the result is that day I rediscover myself. It was a chilly afternoon in the bustling city of New York where the skyscraper, the string of rejection. Okay, because I didn't give him a lot of context. Okay, I'm not from New York, I'm in Singapore. So you play a sport, he assume I'm playing soccer. Okay. But so we learn the module that he's trying to come up some creative way. Okay. So but never mind. So you can see that this is a result, right? We don't know how to pass it to the, so let's say we copy this. We might need to pass it to here, but this is some manipulation. So some people will do this, include myself. Okay, last time I think I'm very smart. I will pass it to a JSON. Okay, I will pass a JSON, and then let's say I run this module. You can see that it will come out a title and the story. So in this case, I can actually okay, sorry, I need to unlink. I can actually, sorry, I need to run this module again. So you can see I pump it. I can do quite weird. It cannot scan. Okay, so it's kind of weird. Let's say we unlink this one. We So I have the story here. Okay, so now I can see a title and story. Okay, so I think this is not the good way, because sometimes I just like to make my story shorter. So what I will do is this one. I go to the module, zoom it again. Sadly, this cannot move, but it's okay. So you can see one thing is called show at one setting. So when you go down, right, you likely this is the temperature. The higher temperature, you can see in the higher temperature you generate diverse. For example, lower temperature generate more focused and well-defined response. Okay, so usually I just put a lower 0.8. So this I'm not sure yet. I don't care. I'm not using it. So you can see the response format, right? You can just pass it like a JSON object. Okay, and then you just pass it. So when it's come out, right, the response will be in JSON. Okay, so I will not try it again because I don't want to type the story again. Oh yeah, this is Google function. Let me try. Yes, Google just anyhow save my thing. Google is monitoring me. So you see the result is the same thing. So now ChatGPT rediscover myself. Okay. So this is how I build it. So after that, I will generate the title. See this one? Okay. You can see he not remember. He's still thinking that the JSON is the past. So sometimes it's like that. So I need to link it, and then I need to connect to it again. Oh weird. Oh sorry. I need to connect and build it. See, I'm wasting token and I'm not afraid. I'm brave. Okay. You see, sometimes I'm not sure why as well. So unlink. If I run this module like this, seems like he will keep getting the thing. But never mind. Never mind, it's okay. I think I can do it. Sometimes I just don't want to do the small thing. We need to progress, keep building stuff. Content is a story. My drive. So I will put it in one way. So let's say a playground. Then I will do. So you can see let's say I want to build a new folder. So let's say I move to my Google Drive. I just want to build a new folder to cater for this new folder. Then I just say it's like a storytelling system. Okay, storytelling system. So you can see this is no longer required. Maybe I need to require. Put it here first. So now when I click the refresh, he will get the storytelling system and then he will generate it. Okay, so we can do a small test title and story. Okay, so you can see we come back here. It will generate a title called ASD and this one. Okay, this is not a big deal. It's just for a quick test because we need to test the module first. After that, you can see there will be a web view link. Okay, this is a web view link. So 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 we can actually output this in a Google Sheet. So now we generate the Google Sheet. Okay, so the Google Sheet I prefer to put in the same place. So let's say I create a Google Sheet here, it's called a master list. Okay, so we create a new Google Sheet here. This one is do a one time story telling master list. Okay, never mind, the naming is okay. So the first thing is I think date is more important. Okay, then I think the title, date, time, maybe split is better, so you can know when you do the dashboard or you want to analyze your data, you know which date, like yesterday got how many story come out. Maybe Sunday you have the most inspired idea, can come up more story, date and time, and then the title. Okay, and then the story link, let's say 4. Okay, you can make it look a bit nicer, but actually not important. Oh, screw it, I don't care. So we come back to the make.com. Okay, so we do the Google Sheets. What we need to do is sheet. Okay, some people don't know what is sheet. So this is a spreadsheet. This is a sheet. So you can have many sheets inside a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is something like Excel. Okay. Okay. In Microsoft way mean Excel, and then Excel can have many tabs. Okay. So Google spreadsheet, one spreadsheet can have many sheet. So we what we need to do is we need to create a spreadsheet. No, we need to add a row. Sorry, we need to add something. Add a row to the bottom of the table. Okay. So we search. Okay, we don't do it like that. We search by path, my drive, and then we can find the spreadsheet ID. I do have a lot of spreadsheet ID, so maybe did I save it? Storytelling master list. Okay, sorry. Why I didn't save it? Let me refresh. Okay, storytelling master list. So Same thing, story. Okay, haven't come out yet. Never mind. So I just need to locate it. We use the ID finder, story, telling. Okay, it will find for me. Okay, he will find for me. This is sheet 1. Okay, he will find for me. So the first one is date, time, title, story. So we now to link it. So the first thing is the title. The title is from ChatGPT. So you see it's very big. Title. So you come up for me. Okay, title. Then the after that the story link. Story link is come from the link from web. So this is the web view link is called. Okay, the time. The time actually we can capture from here. Time. Okay, so we can say use the create time. Okay, we can use the create time, but you can see that this format is not actually the time. Okay, so we might as well just we don't need to process this, as we just use the default one. Okay, so the default one is, let's say, okay, there are a lot of things. Okay, so we can do it here. Okay, I don't know how to use this one. So now, okay, timestamp. This is the Unix timestamp. This is the now. Okay, so let me check first. The best way to check is using Perplexity, because Perplexity can talk to the internet. Okay, so let me try to come out. My audio gone. Never mind. This is a long video. So I need to sign into Perplexity. Give me a moment. Yes. So let me use Perplexity. I'm using make.com. I will use, let me see so that you know how. I want to use default function call now to capture date and time. Tell me how to capture date and time using now. Let's see what it gets. So basically, you see, if you retrieve now, right, it will come out an ISO format. So you need to format date. This is the format date. So capture only the date without the time. If you want to display date is a specific format, just format date. If you need the just the date without the time component, what is the difference between these two? I cannot differentiate. But never mind. So definitely this is this is working. So let me copy and put it here. Okay. Okay. But sometimes you'll be not sure whether, so this one we put now. Okay. But sometimes we're not sure whether it's working. So you can do a quick test. You add a module called variable. Okay. So let's say we set multiple variable. This is quite useful. For example, let's say today. So let's say we do this. And then we just need to select the now. Okay. And then we say like timestamp. So we ask the Perplexity again. He don't give me the timestamp. How about just capture timestamp? Okay. I want to capture timestamp without the date. Sometimes the prompt is very important. Okay, you see, format date. Okay, so this is the thing. Format date. Come back to here. Format date. Actually, you can do a one thing. You can just do a double curly bracket and put now, and this one can close also. Okay, so this is one thing I've learned recently as well. So we can just run this module. You can see that today format date. Okay, you can see now it's not working. You can see it's not working. What's wrong? So I think format date, is it a function as well? Okay. So let's say I think the past date is a function. Past date. I think let's say the past date is a function. Okay, I can see that this one is missing. So you can see this format date actually is a function. Control X, double curly bracket, format date. And then we try to close it. It actually is a function. But then we don't know how we need to inject this. So sometimes the easiest way is do this one, format date. You can see that actually this one is actually need to put behind. Okay, so before we run, we better test it first. Fill to map the value. Okay, let me think. Format date now. So we can see that this one is actually month, day, yeah. Okay, you see this example. There's no string here because the make.com is smart enough. So I usually use day, month. So no string. So need a bit of logic on processing. Try again. I think it's not a valid date. I think it's because of this one. Let me try again. Fail to map value function format date finish with error. Let me think. I think I know why. Silly mistake. You see here got extra bracket. There because there's extra bracket. Silly mistake. Okay. So now it's okay. So right now we can proceed with the timestamp. We proceed with the timestamp and then we copy this. Then now we trying to, you see, we just need to get the hour. We just need to get the hour and minute. Okay. So we just, let me see, capital H, smaller m. Okay. Capital H, smaller m. Then I can do the time zone also. Okay. The time zone. But you might not know what time zone is for. Okay. Because I think this format, they have some format. So let's say make.com time zone. Okay. So there will be a function called the time zone. So is this one. Okay. So what I do is I will go to Singapore. So you can see it's actually consider this TZ identifier thing is called Asia Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So I run again. I think this is a good way. Okay. So it's now 5:54. 5:34. So I can get the timestamp today. Okay. So I'm thinking sometimes you can direct put inside. You can direct format the date here, or you can also you can plug a today variable back. For example, you can see I can actually plug a timestamp here, but since I already built, it's okay. I just plug it, but it costs one more operations. I think doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the foolproof. Add row is it working? Yeah, I think should be fine. So now I need to test with a story. My brain is very tired, so I let me ask a Perplexity, give me a short story. Give me a short story which have a lesson challenge uh, for me to craft craft a story. Okay, less than 100 words. I can make it up later. Fuck. Shit. This story I cannot relate. Younger in a small village. Never mind, I try to count my own story. So I think I use breakup story again. I only have breakup story. I don't have marriage story. Okay. Let's say this is a story. Let's say 2 years ago I break up, and then I'm very sad. So I feel like I lost someone in my life, and then she's not able to come back. What I do is I do some sport. I create some discipline life. I wake up very early, very every day, just to run and read books and learn something, learn a new skill. I then This is how I distract myself, so I will not be so sad. After a while, I learn a lot of stuff. I getting better in my career, promoted, doing side gigs, being more mature, write diary to review what's wrong with me, what's correct with me, audit my lifestyle. Mm, so and then I become a better person. So I think breakup is just something not important. Eventually, everyone will leave. Um, from me, what is important is what I have physically meaning finance, resource, and money, and also maybe what I own, the knowledge, the mental, the spiritual wealth, etc. Yep. So not this one. I cannot crow this one. I crow this one. So I record the audio clip for 1 minute and 41 seconds. So I can just need to press enter. So I go to the here and I let the entire system run. So I choose where to start from. I choose manually. It should be the second object. Let me run it. Whoa. So Whisper, getting the transcript. ChatGPT generating the audio. Google Docs, crafting the story. Updating the master sheet. Everything went well. Is it really sure? So let me go my master touring side. Okay, so finding strength. Whoa, finding strength in solitude. Okay, so usually I don't like this. I will just format and do a click go. So so end of relation is not the one. Okay, so this is a small story. I think it's not very best. It's not very good because it lagging a lot of context and detail. Okay, but he used some strong words, maybe a way to improve this is adding some image here. We can craft an image and insert here, and also yes, and also adding context like really showing it's me. Put some names there. Yep. So this one is depend on how you craft how you craft your story here. Okay. So anyway, this is the entire storytelling system. I hope it can help you and help you to link to create a bigger system. And if you have any idea to enhance this or you want to see me building other systems, let me know. And I will I will talk to you again in the next video. Cheers. Bye bye.